My final video for our kind of favorite recommendations series, I will be doing my top 3 favorite comic books / and/or graphic novels. Again, this was very hard like the rest of them because I have so many, and I was standing there this morning looking through and trying to pick which ones, and I had like a pile this big. But again, I narrowed it down to my 3 babies, I guess. So we'll just start. Number 1 is Watchmen, written by Alan Moore, obviously. Everybody who reads comic books has read Watchmen at one point or another. It's a fantastic book with beautiful art by Dave Gibbons, and the story is just amazing. You can get it pretty cheap now at pretty much any comic shop ever because it's such a classic that everybody needs to own it. I think I paid $10 for it. Yeah, I paid $10 for it, and I'm super excited because I actually read it when I was like 13. One of my friends bought it, and they lent it to me, and I read it then. And then like 5 years later, I saw it for $10, and I was like, oh, I need to own this, so I bought it. So yeah, there was a horrible movie made based on it. You should probably check it out because even when I say horrible, it's not horrible. It's a really good movie if you haven't read this. So maybe watch the movie first and then read this so you can kind of appreciate both of them separately. Okay, moving on. Obviously, if you've watched any of these videos prior, I'm going to go with The Walking Dead as one of my favorite ongoing comic book series of all time. What I have here is the first trade paperback of the comic. I think this collects issue 1 through 6 probably. I want to say 1 through 6. Anyway, yeah, so this is a collected version of it. So you can buy them in separate issues as 1 to whatever they're at now, like 130 something. Or you can buy the trade paperbacks when they come out, which collects usually either like 1 to 6 issues in it. And that way you kind of get the full chapter as opposed to reading it 1 issue at a time and waiting 2 months. So I just have the first volume here called Days Gone By. This is setting up the story of it. The thing I love most about these books is the art's all in black and white, which makes it kind of more, I don't know, it makes it grittier and makes it a lot more scary, I think, for some reason. I don't know. The story in the actual book is relatively different from the TV show, for those of you who watch the TV show. But it doesn't change the fact that the story is amazing. There's some added characters in the book that aren't in the show. There's some added characters in the show that aren't in the book, but they all kind of interlink somehow, and it makes a great companion to watching the show because you get to see how the original script was, and then you get to watch to see what they do with it on the screen. The amazing thing about this book too is it's pretty old. They started writing this in like 2002, and it's still going today. So I think that's absolutely fantastic. Walking Dead must read for any comic fan ever, or just any zombie buff ever. So yeah, Walking Dead. Written by Robert Kirkman, by the way. Amazing guy. He's writing the show too, so awesome. And last but not least, probably one of my first graphic novels I ever owned is the Halo graphic novel. This one came out in 2005. So I bought this back in 2005, right when it hit the shelves, because when I was younger, I was a huge Halo fan. I played the games endlessly and I loved it. And then when they were like, oh, we're going to release a Halo comic book, I lost it because it was like the best of both worlds. So I picked this up. I still have the price tag on it. It says $31.99, so I must have saved my allowance for like weeks to buy this. And what you get in it is a lot of backstory between Halo 2 and what would be Halo 3, because Halo 3 wasn't even out yet. So it would be kind of the bridge between Halo 2 and Halo 3 and what happened on that cliffhanger of Halo 2. You know, I read through it again this summer, and I appreciate it a lot more now than I did when I was in the 6th grade. Because there's a lot that I didn't quite understand looking through it. The art is gorgeous, and it's worth a read for any Halo fan, any comic book fan, because you don't need to have played the games to be able to appreciate this at all. So yeah, what I love about it too is at the end it gives the creator notes of the panels and of the story. And I just love when comic books do little commentary things in them because it's so cool to see how much work actually went into these things. It's not just a process of I'm going to draw this and I'm going to put words to it. There's so much work that goes into these things, and it's just a beautiful book all around, and it's totally worth it. It's called the Halo graphic novel, and it is written by a bunch of different writers actually because it's a bunch of different stories in it. but the main writer was Lee Hammock, who also wrote many of the Resident Evil books, so brilliant guy.
Hello, welcome to my last recommendation video for this November recommendation series. You just watched Michael recommend comics, which are one of his favorite things, and one of my favorite things is makeup. It's a new favorite thing of mine. I've only been dabbling in it for a little while, but I've grown to really love this expensive, not hobby, but expensive little love of mine. I have in my hands a few products that I highly recommend and that I will probably always buy. I thought of recommending just like the typical things that I wear every day, but a lot of it's just drugstore brands that I am 100% willing to switch up at any point in time. So I won't bother recommending them, but if you want to know, leave a comment below and I will gladly tell you what I wear in all of my videos and what I wear day to day. But these products in my hand are like things that I absolutely love. I'm wearing almost all of them right now, and I think that they're incredible. So to start off, I'll recommend Smashbox Primer. I don't know how well you can see this. Smashbox Primer. Right now I'm using the dark spot correcting one. Before that I used the hydrating one. And they have a third type, which is just a plain primer. The two that I've used, I liked both of them. They work very well as a primer. The hydrating one does really hydrate. And I do find that this one is unifying my skin more. I didn't switch for any particular reason. Honestly, I got both of them for free. And at $44, which is a little steep for a primer, I wasn't gonna be fussy because I was getting it for free. So if I were you, it is a really great product. So just pick whichever one benefits your needs. Honestly, if you're already putting a moisturizer on before you put on your makeup, then I don't think you necessarily need the hydrating one. You probably just go with the regular photo finish one. But I do really recommend Smashbox. The next primer that I use is my Gosh Velvet Touch Eye Primer. Just put a little dab of this on my eyelids before I put on any eyeshadow, and my eyeshadow lasts all day long. Right now it's like almost noon and I put my eyeshadow on like 7 this morning and it's still there, and I know it'll still be there when I go to bed tonight. Except I take off my makeup before bed because it ages you 7 days if you don't tip. So it does last like all day if you use this primer. I don't know how much it is. I forget. I've had it for a while. But it does really work, so I do recommend. Next are my lipsticks. I'm recommending two. I know I said I wasn't really recommending any drugstore brands, but Revlon lipstick. It is affordable, it is moisturizing, it is really great. I wear the Black Cherry shade in a lot of videos, which is a really great color for fall. And I really like Revlon products. They're just one of those drugstore brands that are actually really great quality. So I do really recommend that one. And the other lipstick, which is the one I'm wearing right now, is new. I just got it. I actually got it as a present, so I didn't buy it myself, but it's MAC Red AB3. And I'll show it to you in the tube even though I'm wearing it. It's a satin finish and it goes on really smooth, and it is really moisturizing and it's really nice. MAC lipsticks are apparently $18. So it's a little pricey, but if you're a person who is really going to last or you're really into lipsticks, then I do recommend MAC. Really great products. I also use and highly recommend for my eyeliner, which I've winged today. I don't always though, but if you want to be able to wing eyeliner very easily, I recommend Eyekos. That's where I draw the line. I do liquid eyeliner, made in partnership with model and one of my style icons, Alexa Chung. It's honestly just a black liquid eyeliner pen, which makes it really easy to apply. You just follow your lash line. If you're going to wing it, tip, do the wing first and then shade the rest of your eyeline. Because it's a pen, it's honestly super easy to do. I never wore eyeliner before I bought this one, and now I wear it every day because it's that simple. And I've had this since August 1st. I've worn it every day, and I'm filming this on November 13th. So it's been over 4 months and I still haven't ran out, so there's apparently a lot of product in here. Second to last product I recommend is Pure Minerals Big Blink, which they've since renamed to what I believe is now Big Bella or something like that. It's in a blue tube now and it's waterproof. I have it in the pink tube. The reason I love it is, first of all, it's made with minerals, so it's actually good for your eyelashes. It has argan oil in it, so it's not going to ruin your eyelashes or make them brittle or anything. But I think I might have mentioned this in our makeup challenge video, but the bristles are actually rubberized nubs as opposed to actual bristle like a brush. And I think that it really captures each lash individually and really gives you that full length while applying a really great product. It's $22, so again, a little pricey, but I've had this for definitely over a year, which you're supposed to throw it out after 6 months. But it's such a great product, and at the price that it was, I'm not going to, but it does last a really long time. I only ever apply this and actually the eyeliner once in the morning and then a little later in the afternoon or evening, depending on what I'm doing. And then it'll last pretty much all day. Typically I don't even have to reapply. I'm just being really, really OCD about my makeup. And the last thing I'm going to recommend isn't really makeup. It's a Travelo perfume travel size bottle thing. They're airplane safe, so you can bring your perfume in your carry-on if you're just using a carry-on, or if you didn't want to bring a big bottle in your checked bag. You just take the little cap off of your big bottle and align the little hole at the bottom with the little part that sticks out. Pump it in up until you see it fill in the little hole, like the little transparent side that lets you see into the bottle. I use this to be able to bring it to school and to work so that I'm not lugging around big bottles of perfume because I wear perfume every day. So it's super, super handy and really useful to use. Alright, so this has been my various recommendations. I hope that you enjoyed this series that Mike and I put together. Hopefully you'll enjoy some of the products I've recommended if you're going to go out and purchase them. If you like this video, please like, comment, and subscribe if you feel like you enjoyed this and enjoy the type of videos that we do. We might do a series like this again if this was well responded to, and we hope it was. Our links are in the description below. Our next video is How to Christmas before we start Vlogmas. So that's definitely something to look forward to because our next video is on December 1st. So we go into the Christmas time. Hopefully you have a really, really, really great weekend as well, and we'll see you on Monday. Bye!